can see, our group just finished off the Praetorium. Making sure my recording's going. We're going to exit and continue on with the cutscenes.
And so my conquest ends, Cid. In smoke and ashes.
Hear, feel, think. Warrior of light, beloved daughter. The darkness hath fled before the unclosed brilliance of thy spirit. Yet it lingereth still, beyond the sight of men, in forgotten corners of the world. In the depths of the abyss yet resideth the Dark One, watchful ever, till this evil be cast out. Never shall the world know aught but a passing peace. Yet for the present, a gentle light shineth o'er the realm of Eorzea. With thee at its heart. From sparkling moat shall it swell to glorious sun, and all the world shall bask in its warmth. Blessings and joy be upon thee. Go forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
My lady, all Twin Adder units have fallen back to the outer perimeter.
The Flames have completed their withdrawal, General.
Admiral, all hands accounted for.
She's still in there.
Cid, has there been no word?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Damnation!
She's going to make it, I know she is. Ida is right. We must have faith.
Cid, can they not be evacuated aboard the Enterprise? That adventurer and the Scions are as the Warriors of Light reborn. We cannot abandon them to their fate. Not again.
I wholeheartedly agree, but flying into the midst of that would only add to the fireworks.
There must be something we can do.
Please, Mother Hydaelyn. Please light her way through the darkness.
Look into the light, my child. If thou would see thy companions returned safe to thee, reach out to them now.
There!
Oh!
Yay! Our warrior of light.
Yes! The hero returns!
Look! Thancred is with her!
Thank the 12!
Thank Hydaelyn. Welcome home.
You almost got us killed that one time, remember?
Now, we both know that was your fault.
Thank the 12 we're safe.
Mind your horns there, man-bull.
Ha! Mayhap when you mind your manners.
Though the crystal that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea. And even if we could, we know that he is not alone. Confounded Ascians. Their god may be unknown to us, but their zeal is unquestionable. Suffice it to say, it would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat. Nevertheless, for now, we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral. Do you see, Grandfather? Our first step towards realizing the dream for which you gave your life.
Friends, the dread night of Imperial tyranny and Ascian machination is ended. A new day now begins in Eorzea.
True to their name, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, along with our champion, have delivered us from darkness.
Let their shared victory serve to remind us of our shared history. And let their bravery in the face of adversity inspire future generations.
Doubt not, the realm will need bravery in the days to come. Old rifts threaten to divide us within our walls, while hordes of beastmen claw at our gates. And though the Black Wolf be slain, the rest of the pack remains. Yet no foe need we fear, so long as we stand as one.
So long as the Scions stand for peace.
so long as our champion stands fast. For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
No longer can we turn a blind eye to the suffering of our allies.
No nation stands alone. If one should fall, so shall we all. Eorzea is our shared home. For any one of us to know peace, so too must our neighbor.
Just as we join in solidarity before you this day, so too shall our grand companies be joined henceforth to strive not only for the good of mere nations, but for the good of all the realm.
Change will not come overnight. Yet I foresee a day, not so very far from now, when the lines that divide our lands fade, and all of Eorzea is one.
It has been but 5 short years since the Battle of Cartano. 5 years since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. No victory, however sweet, can wash away our bitter sorrows. No triumph can reclaim those we lost. Yet do not presume you honor them by dwelling on the past. It was not the past they fought for. You would repay their sacrifice by looking to the future.
A future united, as the warriors of light united in the champion.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
5 years ago, Eorzea bore witness to the end of the 6th Astral Era. Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close, yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
Let it be writ that on this day, by the light of the crystal, Eorzea ushered in a new era. The 7th Astral Era is come. And thus is ours a realm reborn.
Alright, so this is the song, I believe, is called Answers. It's a very popular tune from Final Fantasy XIV. That said, though, we are going to watch the credits just because, you got to give credit to the people who worked on the game and gave us the opportunity to play it. I also want to give thanks to Quiz, Piamet, Silly, X, and Lilith, who is no longer on Discord, but thank you guys for coming out and helping me out. I know Juba would have been here if he could, but work calls people in. It kind of sucks. So yes, thank you very much. I want to include more people. So, viewers on YouTube, if you're watching and want to join us, just send me a message, because I'd love to include everybody possible in our adventures across the Eorzea and various other games too. We also play World of Warcraft. We play, we're going to play Star Wars again. We'd even be willing to try out some other MMOs if you have some good ideas and would like to see them on stream. But we want to include as many people as possible. And unfortunately, I can only seek out people on Final Fantasy through the forums or in-game, which is where we met Quiz and Juba and X and so on and so forth. So if you want to join us, don't hesitate and send me a message. I'd be more than happy to have you along. Piamet, X, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, we're on Behemoth server.
Yes, that is an excellent point. We are on Behemoth.
And we like bacon.
And we like bacon, exactly. Except Tiamat. She doesn't like bacon, and that's a big red flag for me. I don't know why I hang out with her. As such, for those of you thinking that this would be the end of the game, it is not. It is the end of A Realm Reborn. That's not even true either. It's the end of 2.0 of A Realm Reborn. You still have patches 2.1 to 2.5, which all added story, actually 2.55, to the game, which I will also be going through before we get into Heaven's Ward. Which I'm really excited to get into Heaven's Ward because the expansion story-wise has been phenomenal. Raid-wise, it's been pretty awesome too. We just have been having issues with attendance in real life getting in the way that prevents us from doing all the content that we would like to do. But maybe when we get to Heaven's Ward, or even through the extra 2.1 to 2.55 content, we can get some more people in to provide their voices, because as you saw earlier, Piamet and Silly had a brunt of the voices to do through Castrum Meridianum and Praetorium with Sid and Livia, and then I voiced Gaius and La Habrea. I couldn't get a consistent voice going for Gaius because I know how he's supposed to sound, and I just can't manipulate my voice to sound like that for very long, if at all. But the more people I have taking part, the less strain it is, because like when Silly, for the scene where Sid was talking to Nero, Silly was just talking to himself back and forth for like 10 minutes. But yeah, let me know what you think of the game. If you haven't had a chance to play Final Fantasy XIV, I would recommend that you do so. It is probably my favorite MMO so far, because I really like stories, I really like Final Fantasy, and I'm not really a PvP kind of person, though there is player versus player content in Final Fantasy XIV. It's not really something I delved into. I just don't have a mind for it. But that's not to say if you are a PvPer you can't join us. We have people in the FC who love PvP as well and would love to play with you. And those who don't know it,
armor looks the best.
See, there you go. Endorsement. The PvP armor in this game does look pretty cool. Weapons as well. They got these really cool spell effects, really cool setups. Again, not for everybody. Some people may not like them, but most of them are pretty solid. Hey, I wonder if David Ribbs Carrillo worked on this game. But being an MMO, there's a lot of people who worked on this game. Maybe one day I'll be able to show off Dragon Quest X. You got cutscenes throughout the entire game so far. Like right now, they're showing Ifrit in the background there, and Garuda. But I do want to thank Piamet and Silly for helping out with me and acting all of these characters out. I hope they had fun doing it. I always have fun doing this.
Yep.
I would ask X to voice things, but unfortunately his voice doesn't come through very strongly on Discord, and it would be better if you had an actual mic. Talking to the phone just kind of muffles the voice anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about voice acting though.
Oh, come on, it's fun. Hey, when Deakla was with us, he did Ifrit's voice for me.
Just not my thing.
To be fair, it's not really my thing
Enjoy
either.
it.
I do it anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, if
I
you
enjoy listening to you
speak,
guys. It's pretty funny though.
you change your voice all the time when you speak. So
It's true. But
Not on purpose.
yeah, but that's kind of the point. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
maybe one day. But
Yeah, I mean, right now with your setup, it wouldn't be viable anyway. Unfortunately, even if you wanted to. So it works out.
yeah. But we used to have Juba doing voice acting as well, but he's busy during the day now, which is kind of sucks. But we still miss his voice acting. Silly's still with us mostly. He just has to go away for the rest of the day, so we won't be doing too much else today. I'll probably do the level 50 quest for Monk, and then that'll be it for today. But as you can see, there are a lot of people who did work on this game. I'm thinking these scenes they're showing now were actually from 1.0 because I don't remember them in the game. I might be wrong on that. But as the game goes on, we are going to see more primals than just Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. I won't tell you which, but I was pleasantly surprised by some of them. One of them we haven't seen since Final Fantasy VI. A few of them, actually 2 of them we haven't seen since Final Fantasy VI, I should say. And I will be continuing to play this all the way up until they stop the game like they did with FF11. Whereas in FF11, Silly and I are slowly working through each expansion. They have an endpoint for the story in the game now. Whereas FF14, they technically don't. They keep adding to it because the story's not over. People are still playing. Except Piamet, she's leaving us because she's rude.
No, I'm not.
Okay, she's not rude, but...
I'm not leaving.
She's rude. Hey look, Crab, Citizen Snips, and Bird.
Citizen Snips.
Exactly.
Pretty sure his name's like Lucky or something.
I like the look around the world. I went around the Eorzea and took a whole bunch of pictures and screenshots and various other screenshots of the battle, or of like when we finished a raid boss, what we take a screenshot as a group. Those screenshots are actually like the landscapes and the victory screenshots. They compose my backgrounds on my computer. I have 2 monitors, and each one has a different background on it. And every 30 minutes, they change to a different screenshot in my screenshot folder, which is. Yeah, it's a pretty cool setup, and, you know, it's a way for me to honor my FC, too. Because, you know, even though nobody but me sees it, I at least acknowledge that we did this stuff together, and as I've stressed earlier, I want to include more people in this. I want to make more friends and have a larger crowd of people as part of what we're doing. I do plan to do the raids on stream, so if you want to be a part of that, come along. I don't know about Savage modes yet because I unfortunately have not been able to do those time constrictions due to work and commitment / people attendance issues in the time we do have. But I do want to get this stuff out there on stream. I want to include more people. I want to help people with getting through Binding Coil of Bahamut.
Like me.
Like X. I don't think I'll be starting it next week, X, but because I want to get through all of the just the dungeons I'm going to be unlocking first, but it'll be in the next few weeks I start that, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I want that trophy.
Yeah, we'll get you the trophy, don't worry. It'll probably be the whole stream that we work on that. Because there is a story to Binding Coil of Bahamut.
There's a story to everything. Awesome.
Exactly. Hey, there's David Ribbs Carrillo. He's in the game. Well, not in the game, but he was part of the team. Quality assurance team. That guy is part of quality assurance for every Final Fantasy, it seems. Hey look, Guild Turtles. Oh, that's right! I can now start the greatest quest line in all of Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh my goodness.
Now I gotta figure out who I want to voice them, though. I know PMN's not voicing anyone in this during it.
During what?
The best quest line in all of Final Fantasy XIV.
What's that?
Investigator, Inquirer Extraordinaire, a true gentleman.
Oh, hey.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Man, these credits are still going on. I thought when the answers finished they'd be done, but now they're doing the prelude.
No, it definitely goes on forever. I sat and watched it all.
Not to worry. Eidos worked on this. I didn't know that. Eidos Montreal, Eidos Shanghai. Main theme, answers, score. Oh, Nobuo Uematsu worked on that. Susan Calloway did the voices. That's cool. Arnie Roth. I see some names here that I recognize. I didn't know. I thought somebody else did a lot of the music for Final Fantasy XIV. I didn't know Nobuo Uematsu actually worked on Answers. That explains why it's so good. Not that the other music that in the game hasn't been pretty awesome too, like Sephiroth's theme song, even Ifrit Garuda Titan. All of the music in this game has been pretty awesome. Motion actors. There's still an event going on right now, the Yokai Watch event. I did the Midsummer event last week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's up on YouTube, and it seems to be getting a lot of views, so that's good. But the Yokai Watch event is still going on, and I'll be starting that next week. It's going on until October, so I can really do it whenever, but I figure if we do it next week, it'll be good. There's going to be a whole slew of dungeons unlocking now. I'm going to be doing 2 of them each week until we get to Heaven's Ward. And one of them is probably one of the best quest lines in the entire game, which will lead us to Palace of the Dead, which is just recently added in one of the new patches, but you can do it at any level, so I'm going to be doing it once I complete one of the particular dungeons that we're going to be unlocking here. I will do my best to link where the normal mode of the dungeons is in my in the comments below the video, just so if you guys want to see the normal mode again, just in case you don't remember it, or you want to see what I did in that dungeon versus how it changes to the hard mode version. I'll be doing that as well, as if I remember. I know I know one of the dungeons Piamet absolutely loves. Look, there's all of the Scions and the Garland Ironworks, and sit in the back with wine. Bitstream, Sound Deluxe DMG. So what happened here? Did like the Scions of the Seventh Dawn just go around taking pictures of everywhere and themselves at the end there? Hey, Bob Rankin worked on this game. I think we're out of pictures. The credits are so long that they ran out of pictures. Piamet, when you last watched this, did you skip the credits?
Hell yeah, I skipped everything.
You even skipped the scene after the credits?
Probably, yeah.
Well, then you should open up the stream so that you can see the scene after the credits. I was going to take a walk to the store, but apparently it is now raining. Well, which wouldn't be a problem, but I think I left my umbrella at my brother's place. Okay, so are these names here, are they pronounced like Suming Wu, or is it Wu Suming?
I'm guessing Wu would be the...
I'm thinking Wu's their...
name?
I think Wu's their given name, and like Suming would have been the surname.
Not sure with those.
Canada type? What is this? Axis font, Canada type, Havoc. A lot of people worked on this game. Miles. Simplygon. Simply Gone. Well, we're getting to the end, everyone. And there's more. The Meteor Survivors.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not over yet.
These are the people who played during 1.0 and stuck with Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn after 1.0 kind of dropped. I think this is the name of all of their characters. Maybe even the name of the people who played. I want to believe that it's probably character names. There's a lot of people with the A's. But hey, if it wasn't for these people, they probably would have knocked 1.0 out of the park and then not remade Realm Reborn.
Oh my god, this quest is taking forever.
Yes, it is.
And this is just A.
This is just A.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of people named Akira.
You told me to tune into your stream.
Okay, that's fine.
There's a lot of names.
Hey, it's AL now. We're on AL. I mean, some of the letters should go faster than others, right? There's a lot of people who name their character Alex in some variation of it. Oh, we're in Alexia. Alfie. Alice now. There's gonna be a lot of people named Alice. Or some, yeah. Alistair now. Alkins. Alan. Oh, there's a lot less people named Alan than I thought there would be. There's Alley Cat. Lebert. We're still in the A's. Alright, unfortunately this is going to take a very long time, so I may have to skip this. Not out of disrespect to the players, but just because, yeah.
It takes an incredible amount of time.
I just don't have time for it right now. I apologize. But we will watch the special thanks because that's a lot quicker. The NVIDIA Corporation special thanks. Microsoft Japan Co. Limited. Just when you think it's over, they put a giant space and they're like, but we got more. Yosuke Matsuda, Mr. Headshot. Naoki Yashida. He's pretty much credited with the one who saved Final Fantasy XIV.
What is it?
What was that?
That roar. It can't be.
Did you hear that?
There's no time to spare.
Where is it coming from?
Dread tidings! Chaos and carnage! It is an abomination! A primal has awakened!
Bahamul, move.
Bahamut stirs.
One Azaz move star.
Tiamat, can you do me a favor? Can you voice Igorium?
Sorry. As will the others ere long.
Tis not a question of whether Eorzea's champion shall yield, but of when.
We next starve Chemu. They only cast the poor strike ball.
And with each passing moment, we draw closer to the reckoning. To the one true God. To Zodiarch. And thus did dawn break on a realm reborn. But where there is light, there is always shadow. Alright, so it's time for me to reset this recording and go on to the next little bit, and then